Faithletic, the podcast, and yes, you are live and in color, and we are in color. No black and white this week. We're upgraded. Welcome to the show. If you missed us last week, we were actually here on the Monday previous.
Right.
But we're back on a regular time slot this week only, because next week we're going to have another recorded episode, I believe.
Yeah, we got,
Christmas thing going.
Christmas time. Oh, I hear
yeah, somebody's on us somewhere.
It's probably me. It was my fault this time.
It was you.
Hey, Mike.
What's
hey,
up,
Derek?
everybody? Hey.
We got people out there tonight.
Welcome to the show.
What's up? We're already asking, what's the topic?
Yep.
Well, sports.
It's faith, sports, So we'll just tell everybody what we're about, since we got somebody asking, right?
Yeah.
So we combine a little bit of, feel-good stories, and maybe not the feel-good stories, but people who have had struggles through their life. We kind of bring that into the end of our show, but we talk about live sports. I mean, today's going to be, we're going to talk about the college bowl season. And if you haven't heard yet, there's a contest going on. You know about that contest?
I do. I'm entered in. My picks are in.
Yeah.
Our picks are
You
both
want to tell
in.
everybody about it? Since you're the one that set it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go if you want to be a part of our Bowl Mania college pick'em. We would encourage you to go to ESPN.com and join Faithletic and Friends group. It is it's open to anybody. Also, just so you know, you can go to our Faithletic Facebook page right there, and you can sign up there by clicking that link as well, and it'll take you right there.
It's free.
It is free, and we'll have a gift card for our winner too.
$20 gift card can be either Kyle or myself, not both, but either one of us in the college pick'em. Now, there is a catch. You have to enter by Friday, I believe. I believe it's the deadline. If you don't enter by Friday on the deadline, you're not in.
Right.
So we encourage anyone who listens to our show, and even if you don't listen to our show, tell your friends about it and have them enter the contest. Who wouldn't want a $20 gift card?
Yeah, to Chick-fil-A, right?
Or
maybe you could do dealer's choice.
Yeah, we could
whatever you want.
We could keep it, it'd have to be within reason. We might give them a choice.
Right.
Visa gift card, Chick-fil-A, Best Buy, something like that.
Starbucks, yeah, you got it.
And if you don't live here in Oklahoma, we'll mail it to you.
Yeah.
And if you do live in Oklahoma, we might just mail it to you. Cause
Pony Express it, whatever it takes.
We'll figure it out.
We already got some people.
Yeah, we did. Bang.
Phillip, Baron,
we got
a couple mics out there.
I'm telling you right now, I already see the one is from the furthest. That's Michael Helbrick. He is in Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah, so we're almost worldwide.
Worldwide. We're close.
I bet we are.
You think so?
I bet we are.
Oh, I bet we're really popular in Taiwan or something like that.
There's someplace somewhere listening in. Yeah. Our good friend Philip Larson's listening in. He actually on the first broadcast I did at Crossover Radio, I followed the infamous Philip Larson and Ryan Abernathy, myself and Big Nate followed the one of the best shows on Crossover Radio, Conversation Rules, and Philip is also a longtime friend of Team Black Mentorship. He was actually the producer and MC of a couple of our events.
Dang.
Back in 2016, maybe something like that. We did back-to-back shows. We did a show in Hinton, Oklahoma.
Right. Okay.
With Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Gotcha.
And that's when the iconic and legendary Shane Hammond came to speak for the first time
with
our group.
That guy is.
And then we did another one a few days later at the chapel service at OBU.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
About 800 kids piled in there, and we did a.
Let's go.
Yeah. And that was without any exhibition. That was just pure music and
just you hyping up the crowd like you did.
Well, I didn't hype them up.
You didn't.
That's what I had Philip for.
Ah, gotcha.
And then, of course, the Mr. BC out there, Baron Cage, listening in. We appreciate you as well.
Him and his Tennessee football.
Yep. Yeah. See you there. The Vols are bowling.
They are bowling.
They're playing like Bowling Green, aren't they? Or something like that?
No.
Who are they playing? Baron, tell us
who the
Gator Balls are playing. They're playing what?
They're playing in the Gator Bowl.
Are they?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's big time.
Remember Who they play though?
Gator Bowl's in Jacksonville.
Orlando?
No.
We're really.
I think it's Jacksonville.
This is good radio already.
Yep. We're starting us in. We're thinking about. We should have all our facts straight, but
but Gator Bowl, Tennessee versus Indiana.
Indiana.
Yes.
Vols going to pull that one off against the Hoosiers.
I would say so, but this is
that a basketball game?
Yeah, right. This is a very good Indiana team, though. So
they are.
But I expect Tennessee to roll. Still
going on here.
We got stuff going on.
Yeah, I got stuff going on. I think it's because I clicked at 52 things.
Yeah.
So anyway, to try to finish off the Faithletic thing, so we have several different segments we do here. Usually live sports. We talk about college and NFL. We have a pick'em segment where Kyle and I are head to head, and the predictions going on for the season. He has actually taken the lead.
Let's go.
I was 2 games ahead about 4 weeks ago. He is now 1 game ahead.
We're gonna keep it
going into the dark part of the year. And we do that. And then we have a special original segment called Overvalued, Undervalued, or Money. And actually, we kind of added a twist to it. It's called 2.0. So it's Overvalued, Undervalued, Money 2.0. And in case you haven't figured out what that means yet, we take a celebrity, a sports figure, a coach. It can be a movie. It could be a song. It could be a group. It could be, did I say food? It can be a food. It can be a restaurant.
Yeah.
It can be anything. And if it's overvalued, then it's worth more than what, or it's not as worth as much as
we think. Yeah, we think it's overrated.
It's overrated.
It's too much. Yeah.
Or underrated, doesn't give enough credit, or right on the money.
Right.
So, and we've had some interesting. We may, I don't know how we could ever run out of things to talk about on that.
Nah, we could do that.
The whole show.
Yeah,
we could.
So a special edition.
Yep.
Overvalued.
Yeah, we could just finish the whole show, and then occasionally we'll have a call-in guest, or a live guest, which we have down the line. That's set up. We don't have dates, but we have people committed. The people are basically lined up down the hall of the Faithletic Sports Palace Studios down the hall, which is back over Casey's shoulder. There is the hallway to the beautiful Faithletic.
People are trying
studio.
to get in here.
They are. We have actually a guard dog outside protecting us.
Yeah, she is a vicious guard dog too.
Might get to meet her at some point.
She's very sweet.
We may have to bring her in at the end of the show today.
So
just hopefully she'll tear everything.
Yeah, she'll just tear everything down.
It would be the first time,
right?
But anyway, and then we would try to maybe spotlight an athlete or celebrity, maybe their journey along the way. We may not be prepared for that today. And then we do a devotion generally at the end of the show to kind of inspire and give some encouragement, and then wherever Lord leads us to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So my name is Coach Dan. If you're wondering kind of where the formation of all this thing began, I have a mentoring program for kids. In fact, we need to talk about that too, because we had an event last weekend.
Absolutely, you did.
We'll talk about that here in a bit. But anyway, this kind of segued into I wanted to talk about what we do, and then it opened up the sports thing, and then Kyle here, KC, as his radio his alter ego, or the natural,
or just whatever you want.
Yeah, I want to call him. Is a youth pastor at a local church here in Yukon, Oklahoma, and
yes, sir.
I just, we just kind of meshed. We just kind of figured this out. Got a little bit of chemistry between us.
We're buds.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
And there's one other thing I didn't mention we might talk about occasionally. Professional wrestling.
Professional wrestling.
Did you see the Le Champion last night?
I did not. I actually fell asleep.
He checked out. He had that 10-minute bout with Jungle Boy, right?
Yeah, Jungle Boy.
If he couldn't beat him in 10 minutes, he couldn't.
No, Jungle Boy's awesome.
Yeah,
by the way.
He hung on. He had him in the line tamer at the end, and he hung on for like 2 minutes and didn't submit. So then the Le Champion jumped out and said, "Ring the bell, I want 5 more minutes." And then Jungle Boy just whooped him all across the ring, and he got out of the ring, took his belt, and went back to the house.
That's awesome. I will be watching that when I get home. It was
pretty good. Oh, I gave it away. Oh, anyway.
No, you didn't. You didn't. It's
It was pretty good, though. And then he offered a special invitation for John Moxley to join the Inner Circle.
John, you gotta do it like that. John Moxley.
Let's just have a little bit of bubbly.
Yeah, yes, a little bit of bubbly.
You know, they got their own version out of that.
Yes. Oh yeah. ProWrestlingTees.com if you want to go there.
Yep.
Get your own bubbly.
I have been a wrestling fan since I was like 5 years old, and I don't know how long KC here's been one, but
Since I was 5 years
yeah,
old.
okay. So there's a lot of, and I have a lot of history with pro wrestling. I go back to the days when wrestling was real. You know, right?
Yes. It was pretty simple for me. My dad, we were living in Omaha, Nebraska, and which has nothing to do with the story. But he came home one night with a like a toy ring with a bunch of action figures
Uh-oh.
in there for
You're
me.
done.
And the rest was history.
Yeah.
That was all it took.
You're done.
Yeah. So had been like interested, and then I collected action figures and everything, and then I was like hook, line, and sinker when I saw the real stuff, you know. So, but my first major memories are The Rock, actually.
Yeah.
So a little later, I knew Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
You knew them
I
personally?
know. I just
Okay.
knew. I knew who they were by my wrestlers,
Yeah.
and then I actually backtracked and watched all of those old stuff.
Yeah.
Even like within the past 6 or 7 years, like I gained
The old stuff's the
appreciation
best.
for the old stuff.
The old
yeah.
stuff is the best. I mean,
I actually went through every WrestleMania.
did you really?
Yes, I did.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, because I was like, I just feel like I need to know this. So,
Yeah.
you know who? Well, besides Macho Man,
Yeah.
my favorite.
That's your favorite is Macho Man?
No. He's
okay.
well, he is my
Yeah.
favorite. Like
all
old
time,
school.
All-time favorite?
No, I actually like some of the younger, like newer guys better. The Rock's my favorite of all time,
Which
he might not be the best wrestler of all time, obviously, but
he's probably the best promo
on the
guy
mic, everything.
Probably the best
like,
ever.
I
Yeah.
love The Rock.
Probably the best ever.
My favorite of all time is Macho Man Randy Savage, probably, but I also I love CM Punk, but I think one of the sneaky guys that's my favorite is Jake the Snake.
Yeah, it was good.
I love Jake the Snake. Like the oh gosh.
You need to go back
So
and
many
watch
good
his stuff when he was in
promos.
Florida.
Yeah.
Back when he
stuff.
first started.
Gosh, what is that?
This is before he had the DDT. It was like the knee lift, and he was knocking people's teeth out with that.
That promo that Jake the Snake did. What was it? The what did he call it? Like, I'll come up with it. But man, Jake the Snake was so different because all those guys growing up are just screaming into the microphone.
Yeah, he was
Just
very
screaming.
surreal.
And then Jake the Snake was one of the first ones to pull back on the microphone, and I'm not afraid to take you down, Hulk Hogan. You better listen here.
Yeah,
Like just
he was quiet.
yeah, he looked in the eye, and it wasn't just screaming. It was.
What do they call? What did they call? Dang it, Triple H. What was his thing? The cerebral assassin.
Cerebral assassin.
Yeah. Well, the first one was Jake the Snake.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah.
Because he'd get inside
for
the
sure.
mind and.
Oh yeah.
He'd tear you up.
Where did he the wallowing in the muck of avarice. That was when he was talking about Ted DiBiase and his greed, and so he had one of those just all-time promos.
Yeah.
He,
I've seen a few of his stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him in person.
You have.
Yeah. Yeah. It was back in the mid '80s when he was in. I think he was like in a guest thing in Mid-South or something. But
Sure.
I've seen him in person.
Some, if you're interested at all, which nobody is.
That is.
You know what though? Like I actually got my mom to watch this. It's called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake,
Huh.
and it goes through his rehab basically because he was a drunk.
Pretty good story. It's bad.
Like, yeah, I mean, and a lot of these wrestlers do have addictions, whether that's to meds or pills or whatever, or you name it. They are probably going through it. Him and Scott Hall specifically were kind of who they go through. a little bit, and it's all about Diamond Dallas Page and his
Yep.
yoga program, and how he went through a year of recovery, and
Yep.
it goes day by day, and it is incredible. So highly recommend.
That was another great performer as well. Was Diamond Dallas Page.
He was
Especially when he was in that NWO era
yes,
of WCW.
yeah.
He had that diamond cutter.
He was just all energy all the time.
Yeah, he was. He was really. He was kind of, he's kind of like Jake the Snake. Had that silent, just never see him coming kind of thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he wasn't great when he got the belt put on him.
No.
But yeah. Anyway, now we lost all our listeners.
Yeah,
So
they're all gone. So
join us next
we better.
week.
Yeah, that was our 5-minute pro wrestling segment.
Yes.
We'll probably be a little bit more calculated with that. I mean, last year we actually had, under protest, we had a WrestleMania preview, so we may
sure
have to.
did.
Although, I'm going to say this and we'll get off. I don't even think I watched more than 3 minutes of the WWE. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of it.
Well, I'm going on to Monday Night Raw.
Are you?
Yes.
Didn't
I'm
invite
still
me?
going.
Yeah,
Somebody bought the tickets and they invited me. So shout out to my friend Aaron Staggs.
Yeah.
When
is that?
We do the
January?
January 6th, I think. We buy each other's tickets back and forth whenever they come. So it was. We are actually. This will be the closest I ever sit to for WWE.
Really?
Yes, and the least excited I've been about WWE.
It's a terrible product.
NXT, great.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
You would like NXT.
And I see segments of AEW, and I like what I see. And then we did a pay-per-view a few weeks ago, which was really good.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get off of it. Sorry, everybody.
Yes. So
come back if you've left.
So we're gonna talk sports now.
Let's do that. So, do you want to? We need to kind of figure out what we're going to do on our bowl, because this is basically our bowl preview today.
Well, let's talk about. Do we want to talk about OU, just their chances and?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
let's do that. Let's do our because we probably won't talk again until the first.
Probably.
Saturday, a week from Saturday is the first round of the quarterfinal or the semis. So we will actually be on that following Thursday, correct? You're on good for that Thursday?
Yes. For the second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So that will be the one that we talk about the championship game.
Sure.
So we probably won't have another chance to talk about OU.
No, probably not. So let's talk about them now.
If you look at the Bowl Mania thing, I don't even think they got a click yet.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, it's nobody believes they're going to win the game.
Yeah, it is. I think, let's see what it was.
So if you see the screen go to our logo screen, that means I'm shifting. So don't flip out. Kyle, keep talking.
Don't flip out, Kyle. But I was looking for what the chances of people thought. Because when you do this Capital One Bowl Mania deal, you can see who else is voting for what, kind of nationwide, and what the popular guesses are. Let's see. I'm still trying to find it. Efforting. Oh, they have. I believe 95% of people believe that LSU is going to win. Do you think that's because I think that's about right. I don't think LSU stands a chance. What do you think, Dan?
You're asking me.
Do they think they stand a chance?
Does OU think they stand?
Do you think?
Yeah, there's always a chance, but let me just say that I am. I'm not pulling for them, which means they have a chance.
Sure.
Because last year I was pulling for them, and they lost. So those of you that I heard me say this before, when I'm not an OU fan. I like Lincoln Riley. I love Bob Stoops. I'm just not an OU fan. But I generally have a tendency to be okay with them winning, unless it hampers OSU. So in other words, if OSU's in a shot, then I want them to lose. So
I would not be okay if they won the national championship. Living.
oh yeah, exactly. Because you haven't been through that yet.
No, I have not.
And it's bad.
I'm
just gonna say it's bad.
I love you OU fans as people.
Yeah. But you don't love them as OU fans.
I don't love them as OU fans. I think it would be insufferable.
I can remember a few weeks ago when somebody was on Facebook, and I do know these two people, by the way. I'm not going to mention any names.
Sure.
And somebody said, hey, looking for tickets for the OSU game. And somebody commented, should be plenty available, It's like that.
Come on, man. So
then
wrong.
the OU fan's the one that said that. It wasn't an OSU fan that said it.
Right.
Which he was probably right, and he was saying it as an OU fan. He wasn't saying it like I would say to him, like, I think you could probably find a ticket somewhere.
Sure.
He was like, there should be plenty available. That was a slap.
It is, and it's like dumb. It's like, okay, you're the biggest university in the state. Or, as like if, well, not actually OCU is, right? No?
Huh?
Is OU the biggest?
Oh, by
yeah,
far.
But
It's not even close.
I heard a rumor. No, Triple C's pretty
No,
big. Anyway, I can't remember.
I don't think it has.
No,
well, it might be
anyway.
the second biggest one is UC.
Yeah, there's one that's always tricky that I was like,
Yeah.
it's, anyway.
But it has a lot of commuter students.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. But OU, the most money in the as far as university goes, like it should be expected that they are a little bit better. So I don't know.
Well,
I
they
just
are
don't
better.
like. Yeah, I just
But
don't
they
like
act-
the way that you
Yeah.
like. If he's really little brother, like I hate that little saying that OSU's always going to be little brother.
Mhm.
And I always felt that way about the White Sox growing up as a White Sox fan. That we were just a team that you go to the store and everything's Cubs, and then we had our little corner of White Sox stuff that I would indulge in, and it feels very much the same. And I just hate that. It's not right to me. Zach, Colin, thanks for joining us. Feel free to chip in, give us any thoughts.
Go to
We'd
our,
love to talk about anything that you want to talk about tonight.
Go to our Bowl Mania page.
We
and
are-
do your predictions before Friday.
Yes, we are really. We're open to talk about anything, so that's why we're hoping anybody jump on, tell us what you want to talk about. Yeah. So, but I think long short is that I don't think OU is going to win this game. I
Well,
don't
they
think they're really
shouldn't.
seeing a chance.
But again, that you always got to remember that Sooner Magic thing is a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yes, and is the Heisman curse a thing too?
Yeah, maybe. I think
Never
it has
know. So I don't know. So anyway, what about the other game, the other playoff game?
been. Who was playing? Clemson.
OSU and Clemson.
Clemson,
Ohio
Ohio
State
State.
and Clemson. Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a good game. I hope Clemson wins it because I love Dabo Swinney. He's like one of my favorite coaches in college football.
Sure.
Along with P.J. Flick and Mike Gundy.
Yes.
But I don't know. That's going to be a tough matchup. I have a feeling that Clemson's speed's going to get them, but I
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, Chase Young is such a stud too on the defense for OSU, so it could be. I don't know. I'm kind of split on that game, but my Big Ten heart tells me that I should root for Ohio State, or I think Ohio State's going to win anyway. So that's what I'm going with for sure.
So if that's true, then you've got LSU versus.
OSU in the.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
And who's winning it?
I think LSU is going to win. I really do. Although that's gonna be a great game. Who knows? You really don't know.
I just don't know. So let's talk about that a second. Let's do a coaching matchup. So you got 4 coaches. You got Lincoln Riley, Dabo Swinney, and I don't even know who the coach of Ohio
I
State
can't
is.
remember his name right now.
And Ed Orgeron.
Which you don't like Coach O.
I don't like it.
I love Coach O.
I don't like it.
That's the best part about it.
I want to play football over here.
The part you're making fun of is the part that I think is.
There's some crawdads out in the corner.
Love it.
I am
Love
not
it.
a fan. So, let's rate those coaches. You and I.
Okay.
Um.
Dabo's number 1.
Okay.
Let's see who we missing. Lincoln Riley's number 2.
Okay.
Coach O's number 3.
Okay.
And is it something Day? Ryan Day?
Yeah,
is that right?
Sounds about like it.
Yeah, that he's the coach at OSU. Yes. Colin says I was joking a month or so back, telling my friends that Jalen Hurts was fumbling, playing bad, so Joe Burrow would win the Heisman, and OU could beat them due to the Heisman curse. Completely joking, but it's funny that it's turning out the way that it is. Colin thinks that it's going to happen. That the Heisman curse is real.
Is Colin, are you an OU fan?
He is.
There you go.
He is predicting.
There you go.
He predicts. Yeah, OSU.
There you go.
I don't know if he's an OU fan. Tell us, Colin, are you? He predicts OSU versus LSU in the championship with the Ohio State University winning. So, are you there where you can access your picks?
I'm trying to, but for some reason I can't pull them
Just
up.
click on your name there.
Oh. I thought I
You
did.
should. Or,
There we go.
There
Okay.
you go. Okay.
So the reason I wanted to rate the coaches because in these championship games, I think a lot of it has to do with coaching. Not always, because you've certainly got sheer talent on one side of the ball than you do the other. The coach that probably has the least amount of experience is the coach from Ohio State. Well, Ed Orgeron hasn't been in a championship series either.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, he's been a head coach of anything that's done anything. He was at Mississippi or at Ole Miss. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He was a coach for a minute at USC. They didn't do anything. So I'm just not a big fan. So
It's all about culture.
If you look at, it is, but you have to know what you're doing.
Sure.
And I'm fearful. I like LSU. I just don't like Ed Orgeron. And I think I'm concerned that he's going to get out-coached.
He might. But I also don't know if Ryan Day is the real deal.
Yeah.
Because he's still playing on Urban Meyer's recruit as well. Which, by the way, do you want him as the coach of the Dallas Cowboys next?
I'd be good with about anything at this point.
Sure enough.
And we're going to have that conversation as soon as we get done with these bowl picks because I have to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Do you? Really?
Yeah, well, fortunately, we have a few, or unfortunately, how you want to look at it, we have a few Cowboy fans out there listening.
Colin is a OU fan,
Yeah.
by the way. Went to school there for 3 years, so he can't. He's one of those that went to school there, though.
Well, he's entitled.
You know? Yeah, well, but there's something to say. There's not a lot of there's just some of that out there. Like, I always like to know who actually went to the school. So good job, Colin. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could be legit.
He's probably a legit fan. It's those, ones that aren't legit fans. Of course, I didn't go to Oklahoma State, and I'm an Oklahoma State fan. But,
Right.
I admit that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yet. So. All right. So.
All right, I got my bowl picks
We
up.
got your bowl picks up.
And I don't want to go through every single one of them, but why don't let's go down the list, and you pick a game. We'll rotate out here. Like, you pick a game that intrigues you, and you'll pick it, and I'll pick it, what you picked, and then we'll talk about it for a second, and we'll move on to the next one. So go down the list. Which is the first one that intrigues you?
Boise State versus Washington.
Yeah.
In the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. Who do you got?
I got Boise.
Boise State. Me as well.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I just think the blue turf.
Is that
That's it.
Picking the jerseys and the
Picking
mascot?
jerseys. No, I mean, I'm just anxious to see how they do, and but I also think that's a wildly interesting matchup with Chris Peterson being there too, for Washington versus his old team.
Okay.
So
That'll
very
be
interested in that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will be. All right, so I'm gonna shift
Scroll
on
on
here
down.
just a little bit, and
There's a lot of just
Okay, so the next down in line that intrigues me, because these other games just don't do a lot for me,
they don't really.
is Oklahoma State against the
That
Texas
was
A&M Aggies.
the next one that I saw. I'm going with the Texas A&M Aggies.
And I know you're not. This is I am too.
Yeah, it's not because I don't think that OSU's not talented, because they are. It's just they're banged up.
They're banged up. I don't. A&M's really is a pretty good football team.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they lost to like 4 number ones or something like that, or 3 number ones,
Yeah,
or
they
3
played-
top 5s,
but
or whatever it was.
They hung tough in those games, and yeah.
Yeah, and they're 7-5. They're 3 games. They could easily be 10-3.
Yeah.
Of course, OSU could easily be 9-2. So, I hope Oklahoma State wins, but I don't know. It just tells me they're not gonna.
That's the Texas Bowl, by the way.
Yeah,
Texas
the
Bowl.
Texas Bowl in Houston, the Academy Sports. Get it right, Kyle.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
So how about the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl?
That's your boys.
The Hawkeyes versus the USC Trojans.
I got the Hawkeyes.
Me too.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat them.
I think they will too.
I don't think USC is very good.
They're not Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
They don't have Reggie Bush or Matt Leinart or Mike Williams or
In a while, in like 15
yeah.
years.
I mean,
so.
how good were those teams?
Those
though?
were good.
Good night.
That game, they've showed that on ESPN a couple of times in the last few weeks. The Texas USC game was just
Best game
phenomenal
ever.
Game. Maybe.
One
It's
of the
up there.
best
Yeah.
college football games.
Of course,
to
I
me.
go back a few years than you do, but I would certainly put it in the top 5 of best games.
It's definitely the number one to me, for sure. Actually, though, I probably would go the Iron Bowl with the return.
Oh,
the kick six,
what is it? The kick six.
Kick
yeah.
six, yeah,
was
that's one of the
pretty good.
best games.
Listen
ever.
to the announcer at that game. Never gets old.
They lose their mind. That was
I thought he's gonna pass
that was
out.
the year. Harvey, you remember Harvey
Yeah.
Updike?
Yeah, Updike. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually looked at a post. It was a couple weeks ago when the Iron Bowl I patted myself on the back a little bit just at old Kyle. I was like, well, Harvey Updike picked a bad year to get released from prison. And then Auburn won that game. So
That was those of you who don't know what we're referring to. We
should
probably need to talk
probably-
about it for a second.
should
So,
probably say something.
so Harvey Updike was this extreme Alabama fan that got upset when the Auburn Tigers toilet papered Brer Bryant. When they were there at, I guess they played the game there at Tuscaloosa.
I think, I might be wrong.
You might be.
They put a Cam Newton jersey on.
Oh, that's what a Scam Newton jersey.
They kept calling him Scam Newton.
He called him Scam. That's right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, a jersey on Bear Bryant on the
yeah,
statue.
yeah.
And so he was like, I'm going to go poison their trees.
Yeah, they're 102,000-year-old oak tree or something.
Like, oh, yeah, beloved oak trees on Toomer's Corner.
Tumor trees, yeah.
Yeah, because the big tradition is after every game for 100 years, they would go roll those trees with toilet paper.
Yep.
And that was the whole deal. And so he's like, I'm going to go poison them. And he called into a radio station.
And
I believe he called into Feinbaum.
Feinbaum,
Yeah.
yeah. Before he became famous, basically.
Yeah, and he's like,
That's what made him famous.
and Feinbaum pulled like a "you're pretty sick, Chubbs" type thing. Like,
Isn't that against the law? Well, you think I care?
Yeah. Roll, dang, tide is how he ended it.
Yeah, a little bit more colorful.
He was,
though.
he was one of those that like named his daughter Alabama, or
He did, or his boy Bear.
he named his boy Bear.
Bear or Brian or
I
something
think
like
he
that.
wanted to name his daughter Alabama, but his wife
Why
wouldn't
said
let him.
no?
Like that was crossing
Yeah.
the line or something like that.
Yeah, that
But-
guy was and when you listen to the guy, you could just tell he was a nut job.
I'm telling you though, that is actually probably my top 3 favorite 30 for 30s.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The Roll Tide Warrior.
Those 30 for 30s are really good.
Oh yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah. But that one was super great because you had Bo and Charles Barkley and a bunch of just good guys that were talking about the rivalry in there.
Okay. You know the one after that intrigues me. The Air Force Falcons against Washington State Cougars.
Oh, aim, fly.
I got Washington State in that one.
Fly high, aim straight. Is that what
Pulling
they say?
for the Mike Leaches, the Cheez-It Bowl.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I got to go with. I picked the Cougars as well.
Yeah, where's that at? The Cheez-It Bowl.
The Cheez-It Bowl. You serious?
It's what it says.
Dadgum. Hey, David Carroll, how are you?
Yay, welcome.
He's out there.
He's like our number one fan.
Yeah, he is our number one fan. Oh, and Colin reminded us too of like great games. By the way, OU losing to Boise State.
Yeah,
that was a great game.
It's hard for those OU fans to swallow that one.
Yeah, that was actually. I'm still looking to see where the Cheez-It Bowl is at. What the heck? Like that's definitely a top.
So
that's an all-timer for just a joke.
Another one of our listeners tonight is the Danny Lee, which is kind of funny because that's actually my real first name and my real middle name.
Danny Lee.
Yeah, but he was actually our first producer on our first show.
Nice.
Yep. So
Danny Lee Black.
Yeah. Don't be telling people that though.
Well, I won't. But that was definitely.
I can always tell when somebody has known me for 30+ years because they call me by my full.
Well.
Yeah.
You know, I won't tell anybody, but when you do go on your solo guitar tour.
That's not going to happen.
You don't think so? Because I think that's a great name for like a solo guy that's going on tour.
Danny Lee.
Danny Lee Black. It's got a good ring to it.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you. How about Memphis versus Penn State?
Oh.
Two ranked teams. That's the good year. That's the Cotton Bowl this year.
You know, poor Penn State. Nobody really in their right mind wants to play that game.
No.
I mean, no brand team wants to play
Penn State.
Well, no brand team wants to play that game. So brand team meaning blue blood wants to play against Memphis, the SMUs, the Hawaiis.
Right, because
if they lose,
goes south.
Alabama, Auburn against Central Florida. I mean, it usually doesn't turn out too well for the blue blood.
Yes.
So, who you got?
Who did I pick? I got Penn State.
I picked Penn State.
Yep.
I want to jump back to the Camping World Bowl.
Camping World Bowl.
Notre Dame against Iowa State.
I actually picked Iowa State in that game.
I did too, which the whole country is not. But
nope. We are living in Big 12 country, though, so that's what happens.
All right. And then, we already talked basically about LSU and Oklahoma.
We both have LSU,
and
we both. I actually clicked Clemson.
I did. I got Clemson in this game.
Yeah. I think I'm going to change it to Ohio State, though.
And then,
I just did. It's done.
Now,
the deed is done.
You can still change these up until, I think, the first bowl game, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it locks them in. So if you want to join our show, Bowl Mania, which is Faithletic and Friends, just go to Faithletic and Friends.
Yeah, just go on the best way to do it. Go on the Facebook page.
Yep.
I'll submit the link either through my Facebook page or the Faithletic page.
Yep.
Click on the link, sign up, pick your teams,
and then you got to pick by 2:00, and I'm assuming that's Central Time.
Sure.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Is that the first game? Which let's go ahead just for kicks and giggles. Let's pick that one.
Go Bulls.
Yeah. The Buffalo Bulls against the Charlotte 49ers.
No.
I have no idea who these teams are. I mean, I know who they are, but I just don't know who they are.
Well, it's just funny to me. Like, I don't know anything about those guys.
This is the Bahamas Bowl, by the way. Who would want to play in that game? I'm in.
What's the spread?
I don't know. Is there a spread?
Who's betting on that game?
Buffalo Bulls have, and I don't know where they came up with this because they're both 7-5. So I don't know why everybody thought Buffalo would win over Charlotte. Maybe because they're the first team there. When you go down, just pick the first team. So maybe they thought it was the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, yeah.
I'll pick the Bills here in this game.
Josh Allen, yeah, he can run all over those guys.
I picked Buffalo. You sticking with that pick?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Buffalo.
Sticking with that pick.
Yes.
I will tell you, I know who used to coach the Buffalo Bulls, which was Turner Gill. Your boy.
Former Nebraska running back,
and
Turner Gill.
he kicked some butt up there, and then he went to did he go to Nebraska?
I can't
no,
remember
Kansas.
where he went. Yes, he did.
And he went over.
And then that's where all good coaches go to die.
Unless you're Les Miles. So.
Well, yeah. Maybe.
Is there any of those games down at the bottom that intrigued you at all after we got past the playoffs? Because there's a couple of games, was there not? Oh, there was. Oh, yeah. Tennessee and Indiana. Oh, yeah, there's a couple. Georgia Bulldog. We completely missed those. The New Year's Six games.
So
we need to get ahead of ourselves there just a little bit.
So hey, just so you know, Turner Gill is now an athletic administrator and he is an executive director of the he's the executive director of student athlete and staff development at the University of Arkansas.
How about that?
Whooping.
Woo. How about that?
All right. Your former alma mater.
No, I went there for 1 year.
What do you call that though?
You're
not your alma
1
mater.
year.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, I accept the fact that I attended
there.
I went to College of DuPage.
Huh?
I went to the College of DuPage in Chicago.
I never even heard of that.
Yes, it's where John Belushi went to school.
Oh, well, there you go. Is that why you went there?
What's that?
Is that why you went there?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Somebody else, some other famous Chicagoan. It might have been Colbert. I can't remember. Anyway, famous alums.
Hey, how about Navy versus Kansas State?
Navy really interested me last week.
Yeah.
Did you watch that game? I watched it because what else was I going to do?
Yeah.
And
it's the only game on.
Navy just they both just ran. There was one time there was a 9-minute drive by Army.
Wow.
This is their only. I think it was their only touchdown drive.
What was the final score?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is always interesting.
This is a similar because they have kind of similar styles.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas State is a kind of a grinding, wear you down type of team, and so is Navy. Now they're different styles, but similar approach, maybe similar philosophies.
Yeah,
but different styles.
I'm gonna go with Navy. I'm gonna go with Kansas State.
I'm gonna go with Navy.
You're gonna go with Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. How about Texas against the Utes? Utah Utes.
Hey, I think that the Utes are gonna win. I think that they have a lot to. You know what?
He's gonna change it.
Wait, what did I?
You said the Utes.
What did I? Let's see what I picked.
What'd you pick?
Where are you? Where are you? I picked the Utes.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Texas is that good.
Texas is falling apart.
They are falling apart.
All right.
Bama versus Michigan.
Michigan. I got Bama.
I got Bama.
I'll say so. This one we have to pick, okay? Because the Fighting PJ Flicks, the Gophers
Your
against
favorite.
Auburn Dodgers.
I got Auburn.
You do you? So I got the Gophers. I kind of wanted to pick the Tigers because they're probably a better football team, but I just couldn't go against my favorite coach. Couldn't go against.
But
him.
I love Gus. I love Gus.
Yeah, Gus is okay. He's just crazy.
Right, but Gus. Have you seen anybody that is as much on the hot seat as that guy?
No, he always is on the hot seat.
Why is he always on the hot seat?
I don't know, because there's such a ruckus, and I just know this for a fact. Auburn, there is such a ruckus every year from the powers that be at Auburn to oust him because they don't like him.
Which is dumb.
Yeah.
It's just because you can't compare yourselves. Do they think that they're deserving of Nick Saban?
Yes.
That they should have Nick Saban on their team.
They're one of those schools that kind of like Texas A&M that think they're better than they really are, that they have this tradition. And Auburn has some decent tradition.
Oh, it does. And I have lots of friends that went there.
But they are always thinking that they're they're like that may be undervalued or money
Sure
right
is
there.
Auburn.
Just the whole football program.
The fact that they did win a national championship is incredible.
Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong. Like,
yeah.
2 national championships, right? With one with Gene Chizik and one with Gus Malzahn.
Did Gus win one? I thought they got beat. I think they lost.
I think that
I think they lost.
Let me look.
I think they lost to Florida State, maybe.
Yeah, and they beat Oregon.
Yes, that was Scam Newton.
Yeah.
Georgia Bulldogs, Baylor Bears.
Georgia.
Yeah, I got Georgia. And then the Hoosiers against
Who's
the
your
Vols.
daddy?
Huh?
Who's your daddy? Oh, there were so many of those shirts when I was in college because I went to school in Indiana. Who's your daddy? They won. They just won in 2010.
Yeah, that's
right.
They played for another though.
I think Bama won in 2009. Auburn won 2010, and then Bama won again.
They win that year. Didn't they go that year? Then the pick six. They went that year.
Yeah, they won that year.
But they didn't win the national championship. That one year they won the national championship.
Maybe not.
They played for it, and I think they lost to pretty sure it's Florida State, but I might be wrong.
Might have been.
It could. It's either that or Clemson.
Now I have "Where Are You Christmas" stuck in my head. Don't know why. They have some good traditions there at Auburn, though.
Yeah.
Eagle.
I mean, is there? That's a good question. Is there another state? Obviously, the rivalry, but is there another state that has the same punch to it in respectability? 2 teams in the same state, like Auburn and Alabama, that have the same.
That close?
Well, yeah, because even though Alabama's much better than Auburn, Auburn has that kind of mystique about them that they're really good. Maybe Texas does.
I mean, the Pokes.
Yeah.
And
No.
I mean.
No.
No, I'm just saying in the past 10 years, the decade. Nah. Okay. All right.
I mean, opinion-wise, I don't believe that.
You're saying same state, so
maybe OSU's made it seem like they were really good, but I'm talking about Auburn's been really good.
Nothing like that.
They played for a national title, and they won a national title in the last 10 years.
Duke, North Carolina, and basketball is the
Basketball,
only
but
thing,
football.
but football, yeah.
Is there because Texas hasn't done anything in 15 years, A&M hasn't done anything in 50.
Right.
So really you can't count Texas. Is there really a state that has...
Oh, what about North Dakota State versus... No, just kidding.
Keep it in the
I'm just kidding. That was a funny
Union and Jinx. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe Michigan State. That doesn't quite get there. Florida State?
Yeah, that would probably... In Miami, you got 3.
Yeah.
But none of them is... Florida State won a national championship in the last...
10 years.
10, and then not since Urban Meyer's left Florida have they been... But that might be close.
Yeah.
There's 3 teams.
I think that's it.
Central Florida?
South Carolina and Clemson is a really
but
strong
South Carolina
rival
hasn't
team.
done nothing.
Right,
I'm not talking about rivalries. I'm talking about...
You're just saying notoriety.
As
Gotcha.
far as, maybe top 10 program.
Yeah, then those Florida schools.
Yeah.
For sure.
And maybe Miami more than just its reputation. But
Iowa State.
No.
Nebraska and Creighton.
No.
No, doesn't move the needle for you.
Doesn't move anything for me.
Kansas State.
No.
I'm really crushing it right now.
Louisiana Tech and
BYU versus Utah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Come on.
All right. So
I was gonna go another dumb one. UT San Antonio versus El Paso. Never mind.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. You need to quit. You're
done. I'm done. I'm gonna be on talking timeout.
I think that kind of wraps up. Did you pick Tennessee, Indiana?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hoosiers.
Okay. Yeah. What? You
I'm
may
just
lose your
kidding.
job.
Nah, Hoosier Daddy. Definitely go Hoosiers.
Are you really picking the
Go
Hoosiers?
Hoosiers, yeah.
He's picking the Hoosiers.
Uh-huh.
I'll be.
You better believe it. Go Hoosiers. I almost died at a Hoosiers game though.
Why is that?
Well, I went to Iowa versus Indiana with one of my buddies who's a big IU fan. I think we went to 2 of those games together, and he's dressed head to toe in IU stuff, and I had to toe in Iowa gear, and they won on Iowa won because of kind of a bad call in the end zone that could have been defensive pass interference, but he also clearly dropped it. Like, he could have still easily had it, and he just dropped it in the end zone. I booked it out of there because I was the only Iowa fan to be in sight. It's one of the things about IU fans is that they don't really care about football very much. They care about the pre-game festivities.
Really?
I would say, to the point where they don't come in the first half. They stay out there, and then in the second half, if the game is close, their whole student section will come. So we didn't have a problem the first half, except the game was close. And so the whole student section come, and here I am in my Iowa gear, pretty excited about the win. And I'm like, I got to run out of here to my car. So I was good. I made it. So what else? Did we get all of them?
I think we got anything of any interest.
Yeah.
Unless you live in Kentucky or something.
Yeah, I'm just really interested in that Louisiana Raging Cajuns versus Miami Redhawks game.
Aren't you, though?
Not even the real Miami. That's the Harvard of the Midwest, though, so there you go.
All right, so let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Can we do that for a minute? Do we have to?
You brought it up. You were the one that said, can we talk about it? Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to set my mic down and...
You don't have to do that. I might want your 2 cents.
No, I do. I'm just kidding. I always like to hear
funny.
it.
So those of you who tuned in our show, not last Thursday, but the Monday before, I basically just said, I'm out. I'm done. And I'm still kind of done. But I was supporting the Kansas City Chief baseball cap. I think the same cap you have on tonight. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing this mediocrity with the coaching staff and the way just the way things are falling apart, because they shouldn't be playing like they are with all that talent. And I basically boycotted the game. I'm not, and I've always said, well, here's what I've been hooked in all year. I can't watch them because I get too worked up, and I get irritated because I see the plays they're calling, how everything transpires, and then how I know you're going to say, oh, come on, coach, but the way some of the calls go on the field, which it started that way Sunday based on what I read.
Yeah.
They kind of got Rookie Dude on the coin toss.
Rookie Dude?
Yeah. Well, they changed it. You didn't hear about that?
No, I did.
Okay.
That was absurd. I just never heard of the Rookie Dude.
That's my old mom's thing.
God bless.
So I basically, I'm not going to turn the game on. I'm going to leave my phone on. I'm not going to game cast it. I'm going to have the alert set. And I didn't. Because what did you text me? You remember what you said?
I said, who is this Cowboys team? Or where has this Cowboys team been all season?
And then what did I say?
You said, they'll mess it up.
I said, I haven't even.
You even checked the score.
I didn't know what the score was. And then you come back, 28-7 Cowboys. And what did I say?
They'll mess it up.
Yeah, they'll mess it up. No lead is safe for Jason
I
Garrett.
have a big problem with that, by the way.
Why?
Why? Because do you think that so is it you just couldn't watch?
I couldn't watch because let me tell you.
Or do you think you're a curse?
Well, I'm not real big believer in curses, but I'm just going to say this:
you're not superstitious.
Every time that I do that, in other words, I'm not going to watch the game. I might game cast it and just see what's going on, and then hey, they're ahead. Oh. Well, I'll turn it on. And I turn it on, and they lose in the end.
Maybe you should just set your expectations like a Chiefs fan. And I say that because my whole life, up until recently, I don't think I expected the Chiefs to win just every weekend. I think it was like, oh, they're gonna win this game. Oh, they just made the playoffs. Like, I kind of set my expectations low. Maybe you did do that, and then you're like, though they surprised me.
It doesn't. I mean, that might help, but I don't know if that really works or not. But anyway, so 28-7. It was still the second quarter, I think, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of time. So I didn't check it anymore. We had small groups that night, and when I come walking in the door, ball game's on. It's 34-7, and I go, well, it's still the whole fourth quarter left.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
And, they won. But it's kind of like, I don't know if I told you or not, but I had like 4 or 5 of my Cowboy friends texting going, hey, what's up with these Cowboys? Hey, what uniforms do they have on today? Hey. I go, it's all part of the plan.
They did.
It's all part of the plan for the Cowboys to make you think that there's got something going here, only to break your heart in the end. So I'm not buying into it. I'm not buying into it.
They play so it is interesting that you're not superstitious.
Yeah.
But you are a little stitious.
A little bit, probably.
So anyway, Scott, The Office. I
probably won't watch Sunday.
Dan, I can't imagine doing that.
I can't stand it.
But my heart would be like, is there ever like an inkling that like I'm just gonna I'm gonna check my phone real quick?
No.
Or
I didn't last week till you sent that text.
Or like do you just watch like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire while you're like, what do? You watch a different game?
No. There isn't anything else to watch because it's just one game on. I don't have NFL Gamecast or whatever it is. I don't have that.
And you're not like you watch just. I watch every NFL game.
I watch every college game.
Okay.
I don't generally watch every NFL
we're
game.
flipped.
Yeah, because you're a big NFL fan. I'll watch it. If there's a college game on, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I'm NFL.
I don't even watch the Cowboys the whole game.
College, I love. Like that's the thing is like I love college football, but like I'm very much like let me watch Iowa, Nebraska, and I'll watch these top 25 games. But the rest I'm like meh. Like I'd rather watch NFL. NFL, I watch every game, and I'm interested in all of that. So anyway, just cultural. Being from Chicago, I think that's what it.
I got a quick question for you. Have you looked at the score of the game tonight?
Is there a game on?
There's
right
a
now?
game tonight. So have you looked at the score? Because
No.
I haven't looked at the score, so we can pick that game. Don't do it yet.
Don't do it.
Yeah, because I don't have it up here.
Who's playing?
The Rams and the 49ers.
That's on right now.
That's on right now.
I thought there was no Thursday night game.
Was that last week?
Well, that's a
No, that's this week is the 22nd.
That's that.
Oh,
Saturday.
it's Saturday. Okay, we can pick that game.
Oh, we got Saturday games
We got
on
Saturday
today? Come
games.
on.
All right. There's a Monday game too, so there's Monday Minnesota. Okay, yeah, okay, some good matchups then. Okay. I kind of wondered where everything was because I was like, oh, Buffalo.
I forgot about that. Tis the season, baby.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 8 games. How's that? Make it interesting.
Okay, let's go.
And then LA Rams. Okay, so you ready to pick them?
ready.
Pick them for. So we're doing NFL. So here, in case you're kind of wondering where we're at and what we're doing, these are predictions. After we're done, we're gonna go to overvalued, undervalued, or money. And then we're gonna probably do our devotion, and we'll probably sign out tonight.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, because I know you're not feeling well.
Not feeling
I've had
good.
a long day. I got a long day tomorrow.
The voice can only hold on for a little. It held out.
Yeah.
This whole day. I feel like I have a little bit more of a truck driver voice, but it's starting to hurt big time. So,
Quick question: you gonna go see Star Wars?
I will be seeing Star Wars. I don't know when.
I'm going Saturday.
You are.
I already have my tickets.
I see mixed reviews,
Yeah, I had to.
but I am not
I'll
one of
still go
those.
see it. I don't buy the
So-
reviews.
So I'm a weird Star Wars fan too. I'm not. I love Star Wars
Yeah,
for what it is.
yeah.
I am not one of those. Well, I'm gonna dig deep.
Nope. I'm not either.
watch it for what it is, and I've loved the last 2 movies, even the last one.
Yeah,
I
they've been
am
good.
Shamefully, unashamedly, like have been beating that drum lately. I watched it recently. I'm like, that's a good movie. So I'm
more a
excited.
Star Trek guy.
I can't do it.
Can't do Star Trek?
I can't. I got it. Got it. Live long and prosper, baby.
Got the Vulcan death grip on.
Yes. Yeah. William Shatner.
Yeah. Okay. Our picks so far. Kyle took the lead last week. He is 33-14 overall. By the way, that's pretty good. I mean, 33-14. I don't have my calculator here in front of me. I'll tell you the percentages of that. I am 32-15. I am one game back. We both picked the Rams to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And guess what? Cowboys won.
They did.
They did.
Yes.
So, going into this week, so here's the 8 games. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
Buffalo at New England.
Buffalo.
I'm sorry. I mean, I want more than anything for. I want
Don't
more
mess
than
that up.
anything for Buffalo to win this game, but I'm not picking against Brady and Belichick. Just not doing it.
Chiefs would get one step closer to home field
Yeah,
advantage.
and I hope that
sometimes.
happens, but I would love to see the Bills win. I just don't think they're going to. I just don't.
But have
Just
you
don't think-
seen? I mean, this
If it was at Buffalo, I'd say yes,
they haven't seen a defense like this all
Maybe.
year.
but they're at home, and for whatever reason, NFL still likes New England. So you know how I am about the
Cheetahs.
conspiracy. Yep, I'm there.
Cheetahs.
Kansas City at Chicago, your 2 favorite teams
It
ever.
is one of
It's
those
gonna be a tough one.
that I'll always root for the Chiefs
Yeah.
for, and I think that they'll win this game.
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay, Arizona at Seattle.
Seattle. Or does it not mean enough? It does mean something. Though.
Well, it means a lot because they have the number 1 seed right now.
Sure.
Can we come back to that one? You're going
Yeah,
Seattle.
sure. Really, you're gonna bank on Kyler Murray a little bit.
I might.
Okay.
New England at Tennessee.
Ooh, that's a good. Or New Orleans at Tennessee.
Did I say what did I say?
New England.
New Orleans. Sorry, New Orleans
Nolans.
at the Tennessee Titans.
I think I'll go with Nolans. You're
Agree.
also picking
Agree.
Nolans.
The New York Football Giants at Washington.
Oh well, that's a toilet bowl. I'd rather watch the Cheez-It Bowl. But let's go with Eli.
Yeah, last game perhaps ever.
Yep.
I mean, he might play somewhere else next year, but he'd be crazy if he did. All right, here's a good one. Green Bay at Minnesota with playoff implications on the line.
Green Bay.
I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings.
So Green Bay falling off the wagon a little bit,
Little bit.
but I wouldn't be surprised if I had to maybe change my pick a little bit from Chiefs, Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
Going with Green
think
Bay now?
the Packers are still good enough. There's like 4 teams that are good enough to make the Super Bowl in the NFC right now.
Cowboys may not even make the playoffs.
They might not.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Did you see how I stopped though?
He did
I was
stop. He's like,
no, never mind. Forgot who I was talking to.
Forgot who I'm
was
with.
around, but
You
yeah.
got who you with.
Yeah, they're gonna replay on my computer as well.
Did he touch him, Willie?
No,
I know he touched him.
Nope, he did not.
He did not touch
Nah.
him. I can tell you that I was there. He didn't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, the Los Angeles Rams against the San Francisco 49ers.
Niners.
Yeah, I don't.
You know I've been on them all year.
All right, here goes. The Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's go. I'll bang the drum for you. Happily. Cowboys are gonna win. It's gonna be big. You're gonna be so happy.
Okay, so let me just tell you, this is what I think. I knew you weren't going to get out of this easy, did you? Jason Garrett is
Fired.
over in win or go home games in the regular season. 0-4. In other words, win
Zero.
the series, win the game, go to the playoffs, lose the game, set home. He has never won in that scenario.
So,
Ever.
as a
Ever.
as a betting man, somebody's got to. I'm not a betting man, but
Go with the trend.
no, don't go with the trend. Sometimes that's got to end. So, anyway,
I'm going to go back to the Seattle-Arizona game.
Cowboys by Cowboys by 15.
I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals. Going to make it interesting here.
But can I ask you a question? Yeah. Have you watched the Eagles this year?
A couple games.
They're not good.
Neither are the Cowboys.
I know, but there's just so much more talent on that Cowboys team.
Have you watched the Eagles when their backs are against the wall in the last couple of years?
I know. Here's the deal, though. If the Cowboys lose, they need to fire Jason Garrett yesterday.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead just to make you happy, even though I don't believe 1 second of it.
Yes.
That I'm going to pick the Cowboys, but I'm going to only do that so I can say I told you so. Because I really, just so you won't, because I know you're going to, I feel like if I don't pick the Cowboys, you're not going to respect me anymore.
I will always respect you, Dan. So, I think that you should pick the Cowboys.
I know you should.
I think in your heart of hearts, Dan,
I don't think they're going to win.
You believe that
no,
the Cowboys.
I don't.
Look,
I don't.
I'm going to give that one of those halftime speeches to the Cowboys, okay? Since
you need to give them one.
Since Jason Garrett has no backbone.
Yeah, let me tell you how it's going to go, guys. We're gonna execute, we're going to process, and we're going to win.
Hey.
We didn't play well because we didn't execute. We didn't play well because you can't coach. Anyway.
Let me give this halftime speech, or this speech. Hey, guys, Cowboys, try not to suck, okay? We're tired of this nonsense where you can't show your potential on the field. You have all the talent in the world, and you're just not good. You know why? It could be me. It could be Jason Garrett, me. I'm not good, but this time, we got this tonight.
You know what scares me? Is that one more game, him winning means he's one step closer to keeping his job.
He's going to keep his job. You know why? He's like Kermit the Frog. He's just a little puppet.
He is a little puppet.
He's a little puppet.
He's a bad puppet, can't coach football.
No chance.
I'm one with the Cowboys, but I probably shouldn't.
Okay.
Because here we go. They gave me a little bit of a hope last week. Just a little bit of hope. And it's going to be like a stake going through my heart. It's going to happen. They're going to lose. But I'm going to pick them to win.
Hey, does Dak Prescott deserve the money, though,
no,
if he doesn't?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh, man.
He maybe not even deserve his job.
Dak doesn't?
He might not.
It's not his fault that this team's underperforming.
I'll bet you if they put Cooper Rush in, that they would probably have as much of the same results, if not better.
But here it says everything. Like, watching that game, they're doing the right thing of, like, let's get this swing pass out to Ezekiel Elliott working, and so he can do his thing. Why haven't they done that all season?
They did. What are you talking about? They've been trying to do it all season. They did it on fourth down every stinking time.
I know, but that's not
and
the time.
Failed.
That's not the time to do it.
Well, that's when they think it's time to do it because you got a coach over there who don't know how to call plays. And I guarantee you it's Jason Garrett in, I didn't even think the guy's name, Kellen Moore's ear saying, hey, run that little play where we failed the last 4 times.
Yeah,
it's got to work.
Yeah, that's going to work this time for sure.
I bet you that's what's going on.
Dan, I'm
want to bet me? I don't bet. But what, you want to bet me? You want to bet me?
I'll bet you an icy.
We got an icy line for our predictions, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Casey's open by the house now, so
I saw that. There's been like 2 cars parked there the whole time I've driven by it.
Well, there's been a lot when I've been in there. I went there. That's where I had to grab dinner real quick because it's one of those nights.
What'd you have?
I had a gas
Slice of
station
pizza?
burger, baby. And it tasted like one of those in the cafeteria when I was in 5th grade.
You should have waited and got here, and you could have had homemade goulash.
I heard there was goulash.
There was goulash.
It's a regrettable decision.
Yeah. Yeah, well. Maybe
But
next
I
time.
grew up on Casey's, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is our prediction segment.
Yes.
So overvalued, undervalued, or money?
I'm ready.
Are we up for 2.0, or are we just going 1.0?
We're going to go 2.0.
So you want to start, or I want to start?
I'll start, but I'm not ready, so we'll have to. I'm gonna think on the go.
You sure?
That's usually what happens.
Better get it growing.
The overvalued, undervalued, or money. Blue Christmas. The song Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley.
Well, first
because
of
I
all,
have a very strong feeling about this song.
a song or how I'm going to answer it.
Go for it.
So, those of you who don't know me know that I'm like this massive Elvis Presley fan.
Yes.
So, Blue Christmas is money. Absolute, unequivocally.
That's
money.
so funny because I would say it's undervalued.
That's
Like
money.
now in today's day and age, it might be the most underrated Christmas song out there. There it is, right there, baby.
Christmas
Without you. That is such a good song.
It is a good song.
Springsteen he covered it. He loved Elvis growing up, by the way.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that story?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So he tried to jump in Graceland,
Okay.
and he knocked on the door. They were just happening to me in Memphis at Graceland. He's like,
What year
somebody-
is this?
70, like early.
When Elvis was still alive?
Elvis was still alive.
Okay.
And so somebody told me, Elvis lives here. So Graceland wasn't like, I guess, Graceland like we know now.
Well guarded like it is
Right.
today.
And so he hopped the fence, knocked on the door, and said, hey, I don't know if Mr. Presley's around, but I'd kind of like to meet him. Can you tell him Bruce Springsteen is here? And like something about him mentioning that he was on the cover of Time that week, with a guy on Time magazine, so he would come, and he came and met him, and pretty cool. So, but Blue Christmas is so money, if not undervalued, as a Christmas song.
Well, the only reason you would say undervalued is those who don't know the song.
Sure, right, exactly.
Undervalued by a long shot, but those who been around as long as I have and understand and have appreciation of music like you do, definitely money.
See, I think that little lick of Jailhouse Rock, that little lick at the right big down. To me, that's like that is like the
down,
like the beginning of rock and roll.
It pretty much was.
Yeah,
kinda.
Like it was awesome. So anyway. Okay, next we got Blue Christmas. Overrated,
overvalued,
undervalued, or money. Christmas Vacation.
Oh, let's see here. That almost falls in the category of undervalued.
Undervalued. Such a good movie.
It is really a good movie, and it's so old that not many people have probably your age group and younger have seen it. I would think.
So here's a more local one, and I don't know if you saw this or not. But overvalued, undervalued, or money. Steven Adams' Suit from this.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man.
Is this part of our segment?
Yes. So he wore this little suit. Yeah, right there. I don't know if I can show the camera or not, but look at that.
Actually, if I knew that, I could pull it up and show it to everybody.
Yeah,
because I
sure.
can actually pull pictures in. I mean that.
It's a sharp fitted suit.
Well, that's money.
Yeah,
that's money.
And I only bring this up because
especially with the flowing hair thing going.
He said he's worn a suit twice his whole life.
There's one.
The NBA draft and this time. They set it up where you would have to wear a suit.
Derby hat along. Oh, it is. It's part of it there.
Yeah.
Too. I see it.
Sharp as a tack.
Pretty sharp.
Love Steven Adams, and the fact that they have had two 20-plus point comebacks in the past week, and now they're 13-14. So, pretty crazy.
David Carroll. Elvis lives. He's 87 and in Nebraska.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
87 years. Is he really? Is he born in 35? He's older than that. He was born in 35.
No, he's
35
pretty
would be 5'4". He's 8.
he would have been. Well, he died when he was 42. In 77.
77. That's been 22 years.
30.
42, 7, 40, 70, 85.
Oh, I can't do math.
I can't either.
Golly.
But why can't I do math?
77 is when he died. He was 42,
years,
so add.
85.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, 84 in January. He
Yeah.
will be 85. 85. Yep. You're off, David Carroll. But you're still welcome.
But yes. Yes.
What year was Jailhouse Rock? I see you got it pulled up there. Or is that just a picture
That's
of it?
just a picture. That was
That's
from
80s, 55,
1957.
57.
Yep.
Jailhouse Rock was 57. Wow.
1, 2, 3, run the
County
jail. There was also a thing up until just a couple of years ago that there was Graceland 2, and it was the second biggest Elvis collection besides Graceland itself, so we called it Graceland 2, as in TOO.
Oh.
And apparently the guy was a little crazy that owned the shop.
Probably.
Yes, just a little bit. But
Have you
that's
ever
a
been?
story for another time. Never been to Graceland.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
So, the one, obviously walking in there, if you're a big, people who don't Elvis fans probably just like, it's just another place, another home. But when you walk into the different rooms of that place, you're just like, But one I really did it was, and I'm a big, I grew up in the 60s and 70s, but I probably remember Elvis the most when he was doing kind of the Vegas thing.
Sure.
And he came out in the jumpsuits.
Yes.
So you come walking into what used to be his racquetball court, which
Yeah.
is now the museum for all his jumpsuits. And you walk in,
Wow.
and all his jumpsuits, and you're like,
Oh my gosh.
it's the blue
It's
one and
probably-
the red one and the one he did in via Hawaii, and just like, holy cow.
It's probably how I would feel if I walked into any Springsteen exhibit.
Maybe.
For sure.
Yeah.
Also, there was a really cool thing a while back that the Baseball Hall of Fame did their own exhibit. And they were in Chicago for this deal. And you got the chance to hold Babe Ruth's, Mark McGwire's, and Barry Bonds' bat. As soon as I hold Mark McGwire's bat, I started bawling. Mark McGwire was my favorite player growing up, and that was before we knew he was on.
Yeah. On the juju.
Yes, but still, Mark McGwire's still one of my favorite players of all time. But those are just one of those moments, and it's like, oh my gosh.
And I get a little that because I kind of lost touch with baseball. But that season kind of brought me back around. And I was listening to the radio, driving down the road, coming back from Cincinnati or someplace, and he hit the one that tied it.
Yeah.
And I almost had a wreck because I was just like overwhelmed, like, oh, wow, he
That's
just tied the
amazing,
record,
yeah.
And I hear the crowd,
Yeah.
just go crazy, when he hit that thing out. So.
Well, I still remember Joe, but it was so interesting because me and my dad were at a Texas Rangers game when he hit 62, and there was a guy in front of us with a portable TV that had the game on because they televised that game nationally because everybody was like.
I was
wanted to
watching when he
watch that.
actually broke the record.
No, yeah, that little down the left field line. Isn't enough? Gone. There it is, 62, and he missed first base. And so he went back and touched it because he was so excited.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
just our heroes.
So you want to hear my Harry Carey
Oh
impression?
gosh, yeah.
And the Cubs win. The Cubs win 4-2 against the Astros. We'll see you tomorrow night.
That's pretty. That's super drunk Harry Carey, I think.
That's all I remember. Towards the end, he was pretty wiped out, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. But I'm trying to think. My will fail. Do you know? I can't do it. Yeah, can't do it.
Can't do it. Sometimes you
The
just have that
whole
right
thing
spot.
where he's like, well, my I can do
your
one,
voice,
but
yeah.
my voice is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Like he would always say names backwards of players.
Yeah.
You know, a Lou's name spelled backwards is Uwala.
Well,
Great, thanks, Harry.
Carey.
Yes.
Okay, so you ready for 2.0?
I'm ready.
2.0. Overvalued, undervalued, or money? You knew I was going to do this. The
Yes.
Auburn Tigers.
Oh, yeah. I think that they're overrated. Just because they...
Overrated or overvalued?
Overvalued.
Okay.
Because I think that there's just so much air about them when they're not Alabama. They'll never be Alabama.
They think they are,
They
though.
think they're Alabama, and they deserve to be Alabama.
They believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good comeback. I kind of halfway agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Overvalued, undervalued, or money? Super Bowl halftime show.
So, I think it's money, because it is money for those artists. I really enjoyed the run after the whole Janet Jackson thing, of where we had, like, some people would disagree with me probably, but you had such a good run of Tom Petty, Prince, Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney. Like, those were we were like, oh, these are just old fogies even 10 years ago, but they're legends. And to me, that was amazing. I love that little run, but I love the Super Bowl halftime show, even if it is Gaga, Katy Perry, or whatever. It's just, I think it's great.
So here's my 2 cents.
Yes.
Let's just play football. I'm sorry. I just want to see a football game. I don't want to see a concert. I don't want to see a light show. I don't want to see ticker tape parade. I'm okay with a song or two, but to turn into this big 45-minute spectacle, I don't like it.
No,
I'm a purist. I can't help it.
Sure. But I push back on that because it wouldn't be as socially...
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I
Can
get why
I'll
they
give you-
do it. I know, but I just don't like
I'll
it.
say something that probably surprises you, though. Hate Super Bowl parties. Hate them.
Well, it's basically people who don't know anything about football get together as an excuse
Yes.
to party.
I hate
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And I've gone and with our students and stuff like that, and like every year I'm like, I have watched every NFL game leading up to this point, and then the most important game,
Everybody shows up
everybody shows up
and knows nothing.
and knows
And
nothing.
you know what they do? They talk the whole time.
They talk like they know the game.
Not only that, they talk about nothing that has to do with football.
Y'all don't know anything about what Tom Brady did the rest of the year.
It's just,
Like that. Oh, it grinds my gears. And you have everybody that's like, well, all of a sudden they're football experts, and I'm like, you haven't talked to me about the NFL all season.
yeah.
You know, so
All of a sudden you're an expert.
ugh,
Yeah.
drives me bananas.
I want to watch the football. I want to hear the game. I want to hear the commentary. I don't want to hear the commentary from everybody else.
Anymore, I'll leave just after, like I'll book it to the house right after the halftime show,
Yeah.
usually, so
'Cause
I
you
can
get some
watch the
peace
second half.
In peace. Yeah.
Yeah, because it means that much
Yeah.
to me personally.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let me watch the game. So
Yeah, we've I hope none of my friends are listening, but we've hosted a couple of times, and it's not very many people. But
Sure.
it's just I don't get to watch the game.
No.
It's too distracting. I'm a football fan.
yeah,
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not bringing people over to eat and talk about the weather.
and I'm cool of like if you and maybe a couple other guys
Yeah.
were to come over or something
Because
like
we
that.
talk football.
Right. Exactly. Like if the Chiefs were to make the Super Bowl this year, I'm like, nah, no way. Not even a chance is anybody coming over to my house.
Not even me.
You could no. I don't think so.
Because all I do is complain
You
about
better
the
be
Cowboys
a
not
Chiefs.
being there.
Yeah, you better be a
Oh,
Chiefs
if they
fan.
were playing if they were playing anybody but the Cowboys, I'd be a Chiefs fan.
Yes. Yeah, see that's the thing. I
Yeah.
need
You
to
need
be
all. Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
need to be around people that are going to
Yeah.
rally with me
Yeah,
and
yeah,
might cry
yeah,
with me.
Yeah, they might put some bad juju on it if they're not
Yes,
fans, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
All right. So last one: overvalued, undervalued, or money. The movie Draft Day.
I never saw it,
Oh! I can't
so I don't
believe it.
even know.
Okay. Well, you need to go. You need to watch it.
I don't remember why. I have heard it was a great movie
Yeah.
though, like or a decent movie.
All right. So your project
Is to watch
is
Draft
to watch
Day.
Draft Day.
Kevin Costner, baby.
You can actually load it free on. What do you have?
I have all the things.
Yeah, you can
figure
get it
it
for
out.
free.
Yeah.
IMDb, BDTV or whatever they keep
Sure.
on there. Yeah,
Sure.
for free. Okay, well, let me find something else then. So that one doesn't count. Okay, overvalued, undervalued, or money. Jogging.
Just in general.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
It's fine. It's
wasn't
definitely
the question.
it's definitely over. It's,
It's
definitely
overvalued.
definitely overvalued.
You know what the best sticker?
What's that?
You know,
The
like
0.0 one?
maybe that's what I should ask you.
Dang, man.
Overvalued, undervalued, or money.
The
0.7
0.0
bumper sticker.
Golly, that thing's money.
That is money all the way.
It makes me giggle every
And
time.
every time I see it, I go, gotta have one.
You are the
I tell
man.
Tamara, I go, you see one of those, you buy it. I don't care if it's $10. I'm paying. I want it.
Like somebody put like I don't know who it was, but like 26.1 Oreos or something like that underneath. Then I'm like, that's genius too. So
It was Kevin Foster, who you met.
I believe so.
Yeah, you met Kevin. So he's my assistant co-coach, whatever, our team. Which we need to talk about before we sign off.
Sure.
He's got two boys, or he's got three boys and a daughter, so 3 sons and a daughter. So one of them has always, and forgive me, Kevin, if I hope I don't get in trouble for using this, but anyway, Alex is almost 20, and he's pretty ripped, he's lean, he's got like a 6-pack, right?
Sure.
So we're asking his youngest one, hey, have you got a 6-pack? He goes, no, but a 6-pack of pudding pops.
Nice. That a kid. That's awesome.
I just thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, give me some pudding pops.
Pudding pops.
For sure. Let's go.
All right, so most of those that know me know I have a mentoring program. I work with kids. I do powerlifting. I was a power lifter for 30 plus years. Well, competed for almost 30. Been coaching for the last 20, and I took 6 kids, ages from 16 all the way up to 26, 25, 26, to an event in Lawton last weekend. It was a sanctioned meet done there, and we come away with I don't remember, I think 5 first and maybe a 2nd place, but I was just proud because all the girls set state records. So we had one of our junior girls, she was 19 years old, set some state records. She set actually 4. Well, if you count, she really counted. She got 9. She got 3 in the squat, 3 in the bench, 3 in the deadlift, 3 in the total. But we're just officially count 4. And then our other older but junior as well, she's 24, 25. Anyway, she set 4 as well. So those all set state records. I will tell you this, that we kind of had a couple of things that I want to say went against us, but it was just unfortunate, that I was very proud of how they handled themselves. They had a couple of lifts, and I've been a powerlifting referee for 25 years. I'm one of the highest ranking officials in one organization, or it used to be before I got banned from them. Probably shouldn't have said that. But,
Interesting.
yeah. But, and I'm very critical on our lifters, on their lifts. If I feel like their lifts are good, I think their lifts are good. And if I think their lift is bad, I'll tell them it's bad. And there were a couple of times Saturday when they got lifts passed, I thought, I might not pass that. And I told them that. I said, look, we've got to get better. But there were a couple of lifts that got at the end. 2 of them got that were good, and I'll just say that they were good lifts. Yeah. But they were not called good because of an interpretation in a rule, and they handled themselves with class. They may have handled themselves better than I did, although all I did was ask for clarification of the rules. So,
Sure.
And then I went back to the meet director after it was over with and asked for another clarification of the rule. And it kind of made me even madder because the way he was reading it, it's like, well, then you are, it's, and I don't want to get into the details of it. I thought that doesn't even sound like it's, how can it be? And then one of our kids who got left out of the award ceremony. And he was very, and his folks were there, and he was very classy about it, and he was very graceful. And fortunately, later on during the day on social media, they made it right, and they recognized him. So that turned out really well. But fact is, 6 of us went, 6 competed. We had several people come and help us coach. Of course, Kevin, a co-coach. Jeff Pyatt, who's a big supporter of our program, he was there to score keep, and Matthew Jackson was there kind of helping us coach and get people ready and wrap knees and all that stuff. But I was proud of them. They did well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I'm glad it went well.
Yep.
For
and
sure.
Probably the next one we're going to do is in April. Don't know yet for sure, but that's kind of where the plan is. Kevin, who is my co-coach, is set to qualify for the Nationals. He will lift in Arkansas in February, and then if he qualifies, he will lift at the Nationals in Columbus, Ohio in June. So
Sweet.
Yep. All right, you got anything you want to add? You want to do a devotion? You got something?
Well, I think more just overall,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
kind of 10,000-foot view
Okay.
of just a devotional of, hey, don't forget about Jesus this week. It sounds simple, but everybody is so busy. Like, we're headed to Dallas tomorrow to go visit family and all of that. And sometimes, like, all these things that you have to do, it's like, there's just so much
It's
that it can
a busy
exasperate
time.
you. Yeah. But really, to find joy within the season, it's important to do that. And but it's also a reminder of, like, we gather because of what Jesus did. That's like all of these things now, it's become a cultural celebration and of what Christmas is, and it seems like we've been celebrating since November 1st at this point, and but like, we can't forget what Jesus did, the fact that he came down for us, that he is Jesus Christ Emmanuel, God with us, that I love that he's a wonderful counselor, mighty God, Prince of Peace, everlasting Father, and those
Money.
things are really, those are money, and those are things that are really important that we mustn't forget about this holiday season, because he is the reason why all of this is happening. And these gifts that we give are just a small example of what Jesus gave. So I know that some people are like, we shouldn't give any gifts. But Jesus gave his whole life.
Absolutely.
And we should be allowed to give some of a way to give that small joy to people. So it's just another representation of what Jesus did on the cross. So don't forget about Jesus this next week, and just stay safe and enjoy time with family. I'm gonna try to be more cognizant of my phone, and
Just put it down.
just put it down.
Yeah.
And just be with people. So.
Yeah, make that a point during your holiday dinner, your Christmas dinner. Just put the phone in the other room.
the
Turn
phone
it off.
down.
Put it on, and just enjoy each other. And remember while you're there, and be appreciative of family, because there'll be one day, unfortunately, that some of that family won't be there, and you'll wish you had of.
That's definitely something where my family's fighting a little bit. Is my grandfather is in the hospital right now, but you don't take for granted the people that are around you.
Nope.
Either. I know I've done that in the past.
We all have. We all
yeah,
have. We all
yeah.
have.
You just expect everybody to be there. I think that's the thing, and it's hard, but
Well, we'd like to tell our viewing audience and our listening audience how much we appreciate them, and how much we appreciate them tuning in to us since we started this thing about
Yes.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting our strength built up. It's kind of like I always say, everything's a process, and you got to build your condition. And I think we're getting our second win, third win, and
agreed.
our muscles flexed.
I think we would love, just personally, first of all, tell your friends about us.
Please.
If there's any coaches, anybody, sports fans, anything like that, tell everybody.
Let them know.
For sure. But we'd also love to make this even more interactive
Yes.
with y'all. We have the Facebook Live up all the time. It can see the comments and see the chat. Some of y'all do a great job of that, but we want more of that interaction especially starting towards the new year. And so
Yes.
we'll start to throw out more questions beforehand and whatever. But we just want this to be your show as much as it is ours. So
Well, we can't do it
That's for
without
sure.
you.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
You know, trust me, Kyle and I are not very interesting just talking to each other, but we hear you out there making comments. Makes us a little bit more interesting, I
we
think.
think we're interesting
Well,
for sure.
yeah,
But
maybe.
yeah,
But we know that we're not.
yeah, sure,
Whatever.
sure,
But,
sure, sure.
Remember that we are generally on from 8 to whenever on Thursdays. We will not be here next Thursday because it's basically, well, it is the day after Christmas. And so we're going to be spending time with family. I will post up probably this show again for next Thursday. We'll be back on January 2nd. We'll be able to talk about most of the bowl games.
Yes, we will.
We will do a preview of the national championship game.
Yes, we
We'll
will.
talk about how those semifinal matchups went. And I'm going to really effort having a guest on that night. I don't know if we'll have one, but maybe a call-in or something. Oh, I do have one, actually. One of your chief counterparts will actually be on the show.
Patrick Mahomes?
No, don't get all goo-goo on
Oh,
me.
okay, sorry. I got really excited.
But I have a guy actually living in Kansas City who's a good friend of mine from years back who is a big, huge Chiefs fan. He's going to join us.
Can't wait.
He's going to call in.
We'll just leave it between us.
Yeah,
when he-
I'm not giving names out yet because I don't want to commit him and then something come up.
Sure,
Yeah.
right.
Also remember that these shows are on our Facebook page, so just let folks know they can go view our previous shows. I also have them numbered and posted on our YouTube page as well, our YouTube channel. Just go to Faithletic, and there's episodes 1 through 10, and actually there's 9A and 9B, so there's really 11, I guess. And then this will be episode 11, I believe. So we've had 10 that's been posted, but 9A and 9B.
All right.
And then this will be 11. See, 11 or 12. Maybe 12. I can't remember. But anyway, you can go watch the shows. I try in the informative part tell you what the show's about, if I can remember what we did that
You're
day.
right.
And again, just like Casey said, tell your friends about us. Share our Facebook page with your friends.
Yes.
You have our permission. And remember, if you're going to compete in Bowl Mania for a $20 gift card, then make sure you get your picks in before 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Yes.
Then you can't do it. You're out. So, got anything else you want to say before we go?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to y'all. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And we want you to have a happy, happy, happy Christmas. And you know what? As you're going to eat or you're going to going shopping or whatever, just be vocal about the love of Jesus. Tell him Jesus loves you. God bless you. I mean, there's so many things that you can do.
This is that time of year.
Yeah, maybe even you write a note on on their ticket, just something, invite them to church or whatever. Just
Whatever it takes.
Yep. So we will see you in 2 weeks. We appreciate everybody. This has been Faithletic, the podcast. I am Coach Dan. He is.
I'm Casey.
And
Threw it to me.
I got you, didn't I?
Did.
I got you. We'll see you next time.
See ya.